Who goes there?
Amazon delivery. Oh, that would most likely be my camping tent. Thank you, sir. Please send it up to me. Okay, here you go. About bloody time that package was delivered. I have a lot to talk about. Since the last video came out, I have been taking names and saving families. I've been playing this game probably too much the past couple weeks, you know, and I really wanted to make a follow-up video because I didn't explain a lot of things in my last video. I made it in about 2 hours, and I feel like you can kind of tell. I think some people got the idea that I have no problem with this game, and I do. This game does have issues. But despite that, I'm still having a blast with it. Okay, so I didn't touch on zombies at all in the last video, and I think I want to. You know, zombies is pretty easy to sum up, really. I think you could best describe the open world zombies experience as... Skill-based matchmaking, or engagement-optimized matchmaking, is a thing that gets thrown around a lot in the COD community, and I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. When people say that they're getting stomped by sweats, you know, that's fair, but then most of the time they go on to say they want easy games, but at the same time, if you want to relax and just crush people, you're the sweat. You're the sweat stomping other people then. I don't get why people seem to think that somehow matchmaking is going to give them easy games, but just fuck all your opponents. They're gonna get stomped by you who are clearly beneath your skill level. I don't know if I'd call myself a casual player of COD. I mean, I'm not exactly super competitive, you know, I don't do the whole fucking sweaty movement crap, but I get matched up with people that do sometimes. That's just how matchmaking goes. Sometimes I get matched up with absolute fucking sweat lords. And in this game, it's a little harder because there's no shotgun to one-shot them at 15 meters, but, you know, it happens. While I do think that some people overblow the effects of skill-based matchmaking, I do understand that it can be an issue, especially if you're playing with people who are lower skilled than you, like your friends. But I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. People say that you have a few good games, and then you get absolutely crushed in a game, and that's what engagement-optimized matchmaking is. To me, that just sounds like regular matchmaking. You know, you have wins and you have losses. Forgive me if I'm not the most educated on this topic, but I feel like I have not really encountered this in any of the Modern Warfare games I've played. Maybe at some point, like 30 years down the line, Activision will return to using ping-based matchmaking, which is better, but I doubt their matchmaking is going to change very soon because I'm sure it drives player retention the best. But it is kind of funny to me when it goes into actual schizo posting with shit like skill-based damage. Seriously? You really think they're doing that? And people wouldn't have found out by now? Let's talk about gun balancing. For the most part, I think gun balancing in this game is pretty good. I think the only outliers are probably the MCX Spear and... Wow. Is that it, really? Yeah, the MCX Spear is really strong. Maybe the longbow, but no, that thing's not even that strong. And I see a lot of talk that SMGs are bad in this game, and while I agree for some of them, I don't think they're bad as a whole. I think it comes from a bigger issue, which is the maps are just too big. Some guns that I think do suck are the shotguns. The shotguns in this game are goddamn terrible. Even the pump shotgun, kitted out for the longest range possible, cannot one-shot someone at a decent range, even while aiming down your sights, which in previous CODs, egregiously increases the range of them. I might be a bit biased because my idea of a good shotgun is the Model 680 from Modern Warfare 2019, and that gun could one-shot you at 15 meters while aiming down your sights. I'm almost done with Interstellar. I have a few more camos to go, and overall I haven't had that bad of a time with most guns, other than the fucking Striker 9. That thing sucks. Just a quick update from future Grongus here. While I was procrastinating making this video... Another thing I want to touch on is conversion kits. You know, I get the idea behind them. They change the weapon's, like, fundamental properties sometimes. Sometimes it just changes the fire rate and damage. But I feel like most of them suck. You know, take a look at the PKM's conversion kit. This makes the recoil worse, the range worse, but you gain mobility, and most importantly, you gain fire rate without lowering your damage. That means that the PKM has a faster time to kill, and in exchange, you just have to deal with the increased recoil and reduced range. That is actually worth a gear slot. I use this PKM conversion kit. I think the regular PKM sucks ass in comparison. But then you have stuff like the conversion kits for the ACR. And when I look at these, I don't see the point. You know, it gives you a bit more mobility, increases your fire rate, and lowers your damage. So your time to kill is around the same. I guess you're more mobile, but you can get that with other attachments. So really this kit just seems like, hey, would you like to spend more of your mag to kill someone? Same goes for a few other conversion kits. I believe there's one for the CZ Bren in 7.6.2. There's one for... I don't remember. I'll probably add it into the video, but I don't remember it right now. But all they seem to do is give you the same middling TTK and make you burn through your mag quicker. That being said, some conversion kits are not just good like the PKM, they're fucking based. The binary trigger on the Glock, the automatic Renetti, the fucking dual-wield primary Uzis. Holy fuck, those things are actually usable at range. Can you fucking believe it? I think it's a system that they'll improve on in time, but if a conversion kit's going to eat up one of my 5 mod slots, it better be worth using. It better give me a notable benefit. And some of them just don't hit that mark for me. Another thing that I want to touch on, because it's a topic that is near and dear to my heart, is the optic imbalance. There is a shit ton of red dots and holographic sights in this game, but in reality, you're using 1, maybe 2. I think that some optics, most of the ones from Modern Warfare 2 are just terrible, and that's not to blame for them because they look good, they have realistic sight pictures, but you're telling me you would ever use this over this? I like using this, but I can see that it is fucking garbage. I think the way they could change this would be to add some sort of minor buffs to the sights with worse sight pictures. Like this sight could give you a bit of gun kick control or aiming stability or something. Just something to offset the extreme ease of having the dumbest reflex sight in the game with the clearest sight picture with no penalties. While I'm on the topic of Modern Warfare 2 stuff, it sucks. A lot of it sucks. You know, all the Modern Warfare 2 attachments are terrible. I touched on that in the last game, but that hasn't been changed. I mean, fuck, these things are horrible. You gain a little bit of hipfire accuracy. Oh, I lose 10% of my movement speed. Really? I feel like, for the most part, no one's using a Modern Warfare 2 attachment, except maybe the lasers. There's really no damn point. Even the suppressors suck ass now. The gun shake is another thing. The Modern Warfare 2 guns still have their incredibly overblown amount of visual recoil, which just makes it harder to justify using them. I mean, why would I? And what did they do to the Modern Warfare 2 pump shotgun? This thing sucks. I can't fucking believe I'm saying this. This thing sucks. I thought it sucked back then compared to the 2019, but that was like a fucking long-range sniper compared to what we have now. If a pump shotgun can't kill someone in one shot, aiming down your sights at 10 meters, it's garbage. I'm sorry. It's fucking garbage and no one's gonna use it. I want to talk about the gear slot too. I kind of talked about this in the last video, and while I think the usage is the symptom of a bigger problem, no one's running anything but Ghost or EOD. There's simply no point. You know, seeing footsteps is cool, I used that in 2019, but UAVs are popped like fucking candy in this game, and you show up on the minimap when you fire an unsuppressed weapon. Ghost is basically mandatory if you don't want to play Modern Minimap 2023. Which is why I'm kind of happy about the new vest they're introducing. You know, the gear slot may be unbalanced, and I think they ought to change it, like I said in the last video, but nothing will be as unbalanced as the boot slot. I know this may come as a hot take to some players, but permanently silent footsteps is fucking stupid. You know, they give you 5 or 6 different alternatives to the silent footsteps, but you could combine all of those into one, and they probably still wouldn't be worth taking. In my opinion, the default footstep sounds should be quieter, maybe around 50% of the volume they are now, and the Covert Sneakers should reduce that by another quarter down to 25%. If you combine it with dead silence, you are completely silent. But also, the bone conduction headset should somewhat counteract dead silence, maybe by like 50% of its effect. I'm throwing a lot of numbers out here, but I'm sure someone at Activision would have a better time with this than I am. You know, I would love to use stuff like faster movement boots, the fully ADS while sliding, but you're at a ridiculously massive disadvantage if you're not using the silent footsteps. There's no way around it. I want to touch on the netcode issues a little bit too. I know this is kind of standard issue for a COD at release because Activision can't be fucked to pay for good servers, but I'm sure you've noticed that your time to die is a lot quicker than your time to kill. I don't really have anything to help you with this, it's just a fault of Activision servers being bullshit and giving you the super bullets where you feel like you got shot 2 times, but you watched the kill cam and it was 5. This isn't really a full segment, I just think they should fucking do better with their servers. This game's not too buggy, but most of the bugs I've found have been beneficial. Let's go over the list of bugged camos. Kills without dying just straight up lets you die in between it. Hell, it even goes through games. I started up a new game, killed one person, and finished a gun. Kills in one mag persist through death, so if you get, say, 2 kills and then die, you only have to get 1 more after you respawn, but you have to reload after every tick of this camo, even if you die. Getting melee kills without taking damage just doesn't matter. I got shot, still counts. You know, those are kind of beneficial bugs, which is kind of nice, but one of them goes straight up into exploiting territory. But you wouldn't exploit for camos, would you? Okay, I think that about sums it up for my follow-up video. I'm sure that right after I post this video, I will remember something I didn't talk about, and it will haunt me forever. Modern Warfare 3's Season 1 is looking pretty promising. A lot more fucking content-filled than Modern Warfare 2's Season 1 was. But at this point, I just assume that everything about this game is going to be an improvement on Modern Warfare 2. Fuck, I did not like that game.